All right, welcome to another edition of Skope TV. We are here, January 8th, 2009. I have got an incredible band on the line, American Hi-Fi, Stacy, the vocals, drums, and guitar, Stacy Jones. What's happening?
What's going on?
All right, where are you calling from tonight?
I am calling you from my car from Los Angeles, California.
Now, let the people know, Stacy's in Los Angeles. You have a show in Boston tomorrow, do you not?
I have a show in Boston Saturday.
Wow. How does it feel to be coming to Boston for the foundation to be named later fundraiser?
Well, it feels great. You know, I mean, there's a lot of reasons that we're happy to be involved in this. You know, we played the Hot Stove Cool Music Show. I think it was in 2001, maybe. You know, so we're just happy to be involved. We know that a bunch of our friends are going to be there. You know, we're friends with all the bands. You know, we're looking forward to seeing the guys from the Figs and seeing a bunch of old friends and also, you know, just helping contribute to the cause. And then, you know, Theo Epstein and the Red Sox have done a lot of great things for kids and people in Boston. So we're happy to be involved.
That's great. Now, do you perform any differently when you know that you're playing for a charity-like show, like what you're going to be doing tomorrow night?
No, you know, I think we do the same show no matter what. In fact, you know, I was hanging out with Lars Ulrich from Metallica a few years ago, and he said to me one time, he said, dude, he's like, you know, you got to put on the same show whether you're playing in front of 10 people or 10,000 people, and that's something that I think that we've always sort of, you know, ascribed to.
Wow. With such a large catalog, how do you decide what songs you're going to play tomorrow night? Or it's actually Saturday night. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go for it. Well, we're gonna play a few songs from each record, and also we're gonna test drive a few new ones because we're actually in the studio recording a new album right now. So we're gonna try out some new material also.
That's great, and that's my next question. You're in the studio now recording your 4th album. Where are you recording, and what producers are you working with?
We are recording at my studio here in LA, which is called the Death Star, and I am producing the record with the band.
Wow, good for you. What does it take to get you in the mood to record? What kind of environment? What do you got to do mentally to be ready to record?
You got to start with like maybe a case of Bud Light. Throw in a little sake, and I think that's about all it takes for us. We're easy.
That sounds good to me. Now, how much pressure would you say is on you to produce some hit records, some hit singles?
Zero pressure. I mean, that's the nice thing about where American Hi-Fi is at this point. You know, we kind of just do things on our own terms. You know, we haven't put a record out in several years, and you know, it's really all about the 4 of us getting in there and making the music that we want to make at this point, which is, you know, a great position to be in.
That's great. Now, you must have learned a lot in your time, you know, in the music biz. What advice could you give bands that are coming up and that, you know, that look up to you?
Well, you know, it's certainly, things are a lot different, you know, right now than they were 10 years ago. I think, you know, the music industry is always evolving, but I think we're really starting to see some really serious shifts, you know, in the last couple of years. And I think, you know, the thing that I tell most bands and people when they ask me a question like that is, you know, take every opportunity that you can get. Play every gig, no matter how crappy, you know, you think it's going to be, no matter how many people are in the audience, because, you know, you need that experience, you need that practice, and you never know who you're going to be playing with. You know, in the early days of Letters To Cleo, you know, we played really crappy shows with, you know, bands like Weezer and Juliana Hatfield and, you know, people like that. And we played shows in front of nobody with those bands, but, you know, we became friendly with them and ended up playing with them later and doing tours with them later. And, you know, all based on the fact that, you know, we were all sort of, you know, out there doing it at the same time when nobody had heard of any of us.
That's great.
So, relationships that you make on a Tuesday night in Birmingham, Alabama, in front of 5 people can really mean something, 5, 10 years down the road.
Wow, that's really great. Why did you decide to sign with Original Sound, and do they offer you enough creative space?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, they're very happy. We've sent them demos and things like that as we've been recording, but they're very happy with the way things are going and just kind of let us go do our thing, which is very nice.
That's great. Now, we are obviously here in New England. Can you tell, a lot of the fans don't know, but you originated in Boston. Let the people know, what does Boston mean to American Hi-Fi, and why is Boston still named on your MySpace page?
Well, Boston, our bass player still lives there. Jamie and I moved out to LA about 5 or 6 years ago now. And we all really did a large part of our growing up in Boston. I lived there for 14 years, and most of my friends that are still great friends of mine are from Boston. And it's a big part of my life. And I think we'll always have a very serious attachment to that city.
That's great. So, what can we look forward to from American Hi-Fi? Obviously, the new album, but what's happening in specifics? Tours, singles, iTunes. What's happening in 2009 American Hi-Fi?
Well, we're gonna finish recording by the end of the month, and we'll probably mix in February. So, we'll probably put this record out sometime in the spring, and we're definitely gonna do some shows, and I think we're just going to take things one step at a time and do things that make sense. We all have sort of other careers going on the side, so we've got to kind of do a little coordinating. But we're definitely planning on doing a lot of touring in 2009 for Hi-Fi.
That's great. What do you mean other careers on the side? 9-to-5s, or what's that about?
Well, I've been producing records here in LA for the last couple of years, so that's something I really enjoy doing. Also, I am the musical director for Miley Cyrus and the whole Hannah Montana enterprise. So I've been playing drums and I'm her musical director, and Jamie, the guitar player in Hi-Fi, is in the band with me as well. So that's really kept us busy over the last couple of years.
You can say that again. I saw the movie. I took my nieces.
Right on. Well, that was us.
Well, that's awesome. Well, Stacy, listen, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you tonight. Thank you so much for the time. Anything you want to say to your fans real quick before you go? Because everybody is going to be at the Paradise tomorrow night in Boston. So a quick shout-out before you sign off.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think one of the reasons we're so excited about playing that show is that the Boston fans have always been so great to us. And I think the Paradise is one of those special places in the country where, you're really right there with the audience. So we're looking forward to a great night.
And we are too. Well, have a great night, Stacy, and we will see you tomorrow night at the Paradise in Boston.
Right on. Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you. And this is Skope TV signing off. You just heard it first. American Hi-Fi. Have a great night.